Okay, so I'm going to start all over again. I have been recording a video, and then my nephew Jack had to tell me about some birds that were flying close to us. So English Resources, happy Monday. Today we're going to be taking notes on how to do a close reading of a print advertisement. Print advertising used to be a lot more popular than it is now. I think probably there's still a lot of magazines that rely heavily on print advertising, but before we had even TV, this was the best way to advertise. And then even with TV, we have commercials, and now a lot of times commercials that just come up automatically, like on YouTube or on Hulu. So we're going to be looking. That's right. And then my nephew says those commercials turn into real movies, which is true. So we're going to be looking at a print ad from Philip Morris this week, or today, which is Philip Morris is a tobacco company, and their best known brand of tobacco is Marlboro cigarettes. But we're going to be looking at just the brand Philip Morris. So as a reminder, we've been talking about the rhetorical triangle with the speaker, the purpose, the audience, and then the message. And another way to think of that is the speaker is when we establish credibility in the speaker, we're using ethos. When we use facts and statistics and logic and reasoning, we use logos. And then when we evoke emotions in the audience, we use pathos. So let's start by looking at this advertisement. We see a woman who is pulling a cigarette out of a box, and the man who's holding the box is close to her. And then down at the bottom, we see this, and I copied it out here just so that you can read it easily. Gentleness means so much. Gentle moments come as a welcome pause in the hurry of modern living, and a gentle smoke brings needed solace too. That's why this new Philip Morris, made gentle for modern taste, has such special appeal for our younger smokers. Enjoy the gentle pleasure, the fresh, unfiltered flavor of today's new Philip Morris. Ask for it in the smart new package. New Philip Morris, gentle for modern taste. Okay, so we're going to start by identifying the speaker. The company that is advertising this product is Philip Morris, the tobacco company. Do you know anything about this company? If so, what? I know their most famous brand is Marlboro. How does the company establish its credibility and trustworthiness using ethos to appeal to the audience? So if I'm looking at the way that the advertisement, let's go back and look at how it's written. The way that the advertisement is establishing trust in the company, I see that they are saying this new Philip Morris, made gentle for modern taste. Today's new Philip Morris, new Philip Morris. So I think what they're doing is trying to emphasize that this product is not like previous Philip Morris products. So maybe if someone used to smoke Philip Morris cigarettes, and they see this advertisement that they're new, that they think, oh, I might like these better than what I had done before. Okay, now we'll look at the purpose. So what product is being sold? Cigarettes. What problem or situation does the product promise to solve? So how do they use logos to appeal to the audience? Well, I see that the advertisement is repeating the word gentle so often. So it seems that they are targeting an audience who finds regular cigarettes too harsh. So they are offering a gentler cigarette for people who don't like traditional cigarettes. Okay, now for the audience. The target audience for this text appears to be younger smokers, and I say this because I noticed they say that it's a special appeal for younger smokers and also people who want to be more modern. Value. What values does the audience hold that the author seeks to appeal to? It seems that the audience that they're targeting values gentleness in their cigarettes, whatever that means. I don't actually know what that means for a cigarette. And then they also value being modern and non-traditional. That's exactly right. My nephew Jack says I shouldn't talk about cigarettes. It's a really bad thing because they cause smoke. And in fact, we're looking at this to see how cigarette companies advertise so we can understand why they're doing it. And that way, why are they doing it? Yeah, Jack says the cigarette companies are doing it to be mean to people so they can just steal their money. So what emotions does the audience intend to evoke in the audience? So how are they using pathos? It seems that they want the people who are reading this advertisement to feel calm, reassured, like they're not the typical smoker. All right, now we're just going to look a little bit at the written text, the word choice. Are the words used in the text formal or informal? I would say they're pretty informal. They start the second sentence with "and," which is a really more casual way of talking and not something that we would see in written text. And then also when they say "ask for it," it sounds like they're directly addressing the audience. So it's almost like it's a friend talking to another close friend saying, "Here, I want to recommend this newer, gentler cigarette to you." Does the text purposely not state keywords or phrases? If so, what do you think they're not saying, and why are they not saying it? Well, it's interesting in this because we know now this advertisement is advertising something really bad. It's advertising cigarettes, which can cause cancer and lung disease. But obviously they might not have known that as much when this advertisement came out, but they're also not saying anything about tobacco or about why they need a filter or why you would not want to filter. So, and filtering is to like try to keep some of the cancer-causing chemicals out. So in the written text, they never say the word cigarette or tobacco. Now it is, the word cigarettes is on the image of the box, but they don't say at any point this new Philip Morris cigarette, so, or even has special appeal for our younger smokers of tobacco. I think they're not saying this because they want to suggest that these new cigarettes are not like older ones, and they don't want to bring to mind the older cigarettes that the audience might be familiar with. Okay, next we're going to look at 3 words that have especially strong or powerful connotations. So the first word that definitely pops out to me is gentle. The next word is modern, and the last word is smart. So some connotations of the word gentle: soft, not harsh, comforting, relaxing, peaceful. And the effect of using the word gentle, and they use it, let's see, gentleness, gentle, 2, 3, 4, 5 times just in this written text alone. So the effect of that is the repetition of this word reassures the audience that this cigarette will be a pleasant smoking experience. Okay, and then we would we could try to fill in for modern and for smart also. For the sake of time, I'm going to skip those and move on to our last slide. So visual text, what images do you see in the text? I see a woman wearing a more business-like attire, and keep in mind this is coming from the 1940s or 50s or 60s when more women wore dresses, and a man close to her holding the cigarette box. The most dominant colors in the text, I would say, are white and red, which also makes sense because the cigarette box is white and red, so they're associating the colors with the product. Do any images work as symbols or metaphors? If so, what do they represent? I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a metaphor, but I do think that the people in the ad are supposed to look young, modern, like the kind of person the audience would want to be. And if they smoke Philip Morris cigarettes, they will be that kind of person. Okay, that's a little, yeah?
You've got not big plate.
That's right. And my nephew Jack says cigarettes are not good for you. So that's why we're learning how they lie to us when they sell us. Right? Yeah. Jack says yes. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this lesson from me and from my 4-year-old nephew Jack. On Wednesday, you're going to practice doing this type of analysis on your own. Bye.